do you feel that Aero and Marine services were worth the investment?
Absolutely. I wouldn't have done it 5 times in a row if I didn't think it was worth it. Well, I mean, they're in this case saving you, I don't know, 500,000 or something, close to $500,000. So yeah, it's absolutely worth the investment. My name is Eric Spitzer. The company is Spitzer Helicopter Leasing. The King Air is actually not one of the aircraft we lease, but it's our personal aircraft. So we've been using Aero Marine for years, all the way back, to our citation. I can't remember what year it was, but first it was a citation. Oh no, maybe I might have been a Mooney even before that. Then a citation, then a 414, then a King Air, then another King Air, and they've done all of them. And in the aircraft business, I'm used to doing this myself. I've done over 100 of them for the business with the helicopters. But when it comes to my personal aircraft, it's so much more money than a helicopter. I just don't want to take the chance. And Tom and Julie will track it for you. Even though I could do it, I can focus on my business and let them deal with their business. And I don't have to worry about the tracking and making sure everything's right. They do it for me, and I can go about doing what I do. I inherited them from my father. I didn't know about any other firms at the time, but after I'd used them one time, I never even looked. They provided 100% of the benefit every time. They've never missed one. So I would have been surprised if it went the other direction, but it never has. The most important part of the process is the tracking. So you're required to do a certain amount of flights in a certain amount of time and get a certain amount of signatures, et cetera, et cetera. And they track all of that. They make sure your flights, that you stay above the required minimum for the 6-month period, or whichever path you're choosing. And they do all that tracking for you with their spreadsheets. And I think that's, to me, the most important part, that I don't have to worry about it. Said earlier, I've used them 4 or 5 times in the past. It's always been headache-free, and it's easy to do. Believe me, like I said, I've done 100 of these with the helicopters. I could do it. I just don't want to do it. And, if I made a mistake with the helicopter, it was, a 1/10 of the cost. It's always a relief. Even though I know it's going to happen, it's always there in the back of your mind. So it's always a relief to get the letter. You don't know what you're going to have to go through, and if they start putting it into secondary reviews and things after their normal review process. I know they have secondary as a normal process, but after you go further than that, it gets to be a real problem. And that's never happened with them. But I've had to do that with the helicopters, and you don't want to go there. So that's the peace of mind I'm talking about. The final thought for Aero and Marine is keep doing what you're doing. Love the customer service. They're very hospitable people. And not only will I recommend them, I have recommended them many times.